Hey folks, 238, inequalities. We have y is greater than x minus 3, and they give us some points. Let's try the first one out. So just remember there's the x comma the y. So the y is 0. We're just wondering if this is going to be true or false. So 0 greater than 0 minus 3. Is 0 greater than negative 3? Is having no money better than being in debt? Yes, 0 is bigger than negative 3. So this is true. So they're just wondering, determine whether each ordered pair is a solution. So if it's true, it's a solution. So yes, that's a solution. Okay, let's try the next one, 2 comma 1. So y greater than x minus 3. And let me plug in 2 and 1. So the y is 1. 2 minus 3 is 1 greater than negative 1. Yes. Okay, so that's a solution. C, this isn't very fun, negative 1, negative 5. So y is greater than x minus 3. So y is negative 5 greater than x. Negative 1 minus 3 is negative 5 greater than negative 4. So a little tricky there. Here's 0. Darn it. Here's 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5 is, so here's negative 5, here's negative 4. Negative 5 is further to the left, which means it's smaller. So negative 5 is not greater. So this is no, not a solution, not solution. So as soon as you get a false statement, then it's not a solution. Okay, and you could go do D and E, but that's the game they want you to warm up with. And then we start graphing. Okay, graphing. Hopefully you've been practicing your graphing. So let me just graph something really quickly. Y greater than or equal to x. So y equals x looks like this. So if it's just an equal sign. But they want the y values greater. So here's what I do. You touch the line. And if you're touching the line, there's either above the line or there's below the line. We want y values greater than, y values above. So I would just shade everything above. Okay, that makes sense. So if you have, for example, y less than negative x, so pretend it's just an equal sign. And if you were to graph it, if it's greater than or equal to or less than equal to, it's a solid line. But if it's just a less than or greater than, it's a dashed line. So I have to do a dashed line. So here's my dashed line. So this is y equals negative x, but with a dashed line because it's not or equals to. And then I have to shade. So you can just think vertically. So pick any point. There's above the line. There's below the line. We want y values less than, below. Okay, so you just shade below. So if you can visualize that, it's going to make the game really easy. So in 244, they have a picture that looks something like this. And they're like, okay, write the inequality. So it's y, and then it's 2x minus 4. So is it greater than or less than? And then this happens to be a solid line. So it looks like it's everything below. So just less than or equal to. Ta-da! See how easy it is if you can recognize below the line or above the line? That was 244. Easy peasy. Okay, graph the following. Okay. Let us graph 252. Y is less than 3/5 x plus 2. It's in y equals, what's 252? Y less than 3/5. Okay. It's in y equals mx plus b form. So it's going to be pretty straightforward. So just pretend it's an equal sign, but instead of a solid line, I'm going to do a dashed line because it's not or equal to. So go to positive 2, 1, 2, put a dot. How do I get to the next dot? Rise over run, up 3 over 5. 1, 2, 3. Up 3 over 5. Up 3 over 5. Dashed line. Dashed line because it's not or solid lines for if it's an underline there, if it's or equal to, but it's just that. And we want y values less than. Y values below. Okay, so just shade this side of the dashed line. Ta-da! 254, so 254, just for fun. Y greater than or equal to negative 1/3 x minus 2. Negative 2, put a dot. How do I get to the next dot? Down 1 over 3. Down 1 over 3. Down 1 over 3. Solid line or dashed? Because it's underlined, solid. Okay. Do I shade above that line or below it? Y values greater than, Y values above it. Ta-da! Okay. 260. So sometimes they don't give it to you in y equals mx plus b form. They make you work a little bit. No big deal. We'll put it into y equals mx plus b form. 260. Subtract the 4x. Subtract the 4x. 2y greater than or equal to. Correct descending order. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Y greater than or equal to negative 2x minus 4. Maybe call negative 4 over 2 was negative 2. I like a rise over run, a fraction, so I'll put a 1 underneath. Go to negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a dot. How do I get to the next dot? Down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. Okay. Negative slope, so it makes sense that it's going downhill. Left to right, downhill, negative. Vertically, shade this way or vertically shade that way. So pick any point on this line, and we want y values greater than, above. Okay. Ta-da! Okay, graph. Oh, okay. So pretty straightforward. Cool. Let's just pause right there.